It's Monday, and it's time for 3 men and a microphone.
I'm going to Redditch in a week.
Why?
Pick up my boys.
Oh.
Yeah. My oldest grumpy mood is coming up for the week. Not the week, the weekend.
Is he not doing videos anymore?
Yes, he is.
I thought I subscribed to his YouTube channel.
Did you?
I thought I had. What's his name? What's his YouTube again?
I can't remember now. I should know this.
That's really bad.
Yeah.
You should know this off by heart. He's your son, mate.
I know, but I don't follow him.
You don't even follow his YouTube channel?
No.
Darren? Where's the love and support?
Oh, I don't know what it is. I don't know.
That's really bad.
It is.
You failed in your parenting.
Yeah. Terrible dad points there.
Very bad dad points.
I've been watching a lot of telly. There's something really good on Prime at the moment. There's new called Reacher.
Oh, yes. I've seen it advertised. I've not watched any of it. It's got the bloke who was in Smallville.
Yes.
As Aquaman.
Yes. His name is Alan Richardson.
Big
bloke, yeah.
Big bloke.
Yeah. I think that's why I watch it.
Oh, really?
Mm.
Gay.
No. I can admire a thing like that.
Gay.
I can admire somebody who looks after themselves. You know?
I can admire them as well.
No, you just spunk over them.
I can admire them very closely.
Oh, dear God.
On your podcast feed, on your radio, and on your smart speaker. This is 3 Men and a Microphone from These 3 Media.
Okay, let's move on.
Oh, fuck off. You were late, mate.
Oh, yeah, shit. Sorry.
40 minutes late.
Technically, I was 10 minutes late. I told you, didn't I? To make it late. This was him last week. Should have seen him in. It was Darren. It was pathetic. I came on. He was like that. And he went, oh, yeah. And I went, oh, yeah, you all right? He went, sitting here for about an hour, I have. Just sitting here on my own.
I haven't got a list there.
I've got better things to do. And I was like, you might want to look at your message. And he read a message from January the 27th. Yeah,
I heard that.
Yeah, when I mentioned that to Darren earlier on, he went, oh, yeah, I haven't listened to the show. I'm not in it, so I'm not bothered. That's what he said.
See, I even listened to your two.
Yeah.
Probably preferred it.
Welcome to episode 87 of 3 Men and a Microphone from These 3 Media. Thank you so much for downloading the unpredictable conversation. We are here in your earlobes for another hour-ish of entertainment. Fantastical. Hello, Darren.
What was that?
Entertainment Fantastical. Hello, Darren.
Yes. Hello. Yes, glad to be back. By the way, your episode last week without me was don't know, I didn't listen to it. But Damian, why are you sniffing yourself?
I don't know. I smelled something a bit fusty. You know, like when it smells like, I don't know, maybe of crotch or like that bit in your belly that goes a bit crusty.
Hang on. B.O. there, mate.
No, I never get bow. Never get bow. No, I'm not a bow guy. But it's just fusty.
Smell like sex.
Is it that smell of, like, you know, when washing's been in the drawer a bit too long and it gets that sort of like that smell?
Yeah, it's not like wet dog smell, but it's just a bit damp.
You smell of sex. Apparently you can smell sex on people when they just had it.
You can, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I was told that by an ex-girlfriend who caught me out.
That might have been perfume, mate, that got you caught out on that one, to be fair. Anyway, right, let's start the unpredictable conversation right about now. This is episode 86. Enjoy! So I've had a busy old week this week so far. We're on Thursday as we record this, and I was in London on Tuesday.
Yeah, I heard about that, to be honest. That was good. That was good. So you actually, how was that? I mean, you went out the house.
I went
and
out
you
the
saw
house.
clouds and,
I caught a train. I went on the underground for the first time. I went to It's probably the first time I've been to London in about 4 years. First time I've been on a train, probably about the same.
Did you speak to people on this journey, by the way?
Now, this is what I was going to talk to you about. So, we're Northerners. For anyone down south, we're Northern. Although we're actually Midlands, but we are, for the Londoners, anywhere above the M25 is Northern. And it is a different type of person that is in London, and I'd forgotten what it was like. I used to go to London quite regularly, and the place I was going was Dean Street, which is a very well-known gay quarter of London, and the Chinese quarter is all around there. So I was going to do something for work, and it's sexual health clinic. So there was one in the middle of Dean Street. But I did forget how rude Londoners can be, and how they just don't care. They don't care what they do, who they push out the way. And I let people in. So I held a door open for somebody, and I let someone in front of me on the tube. So the doors opened, and I was a gentleman. I let a lady on, and the looks you get from people are like, "Who are you? Why are you being polite? I can't stand. You are a foreign person, not from these London lands. Get out."
Yeah, but do you see, this is where my other half always elbows me, because I can't help it. So if someone, you open the door for someone, they go through and don't say anything, I have to go, "Oh, sorry, I forgot I was, I was paid to do this. Sorry about that. Oh, was that my job? Thank you. Oh, did you hear what? Thank you."
That's what you say, isn't it? And you get that thing is how far behind does someone have to be that you hold the door open for you? That's the awkward bit.
Yeah.
But then when you do and they just walk past, it's like, yeah, thanks then.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
This is quite hard to listen to, Captain, because I always got this vision of, I've been to London on a proper touristy trip, but I've always got this vision of London about how it sounds. And I like to think it sounds like Del Boy, Rodney, Uncle Albert, always having a jip and a jape. No,
no, definitely not. So, on the train, I'll explain. My journey started badly. So on the train there, I was stood on the platform at Lichfield, Trent Valley, if you're interested. And my train was arriving at 13 minutes past 11, and you get the announcement, ding dong. Right.
Sorry.
Can I carry on?
I want a jip. Hey, they're not down, boy. Rodney, I want a dip.
Carry on.
Go on, mate.
Ready?
What are you saying?
Oh, during the war.
Can I carry on?
Seriously?
Can I carry on, mate?
Giving jam.
We're having a jip and a jape on this podcast this week.
Look at his little ferret face.
I'm crying.
Okay.
Please continue. I'm enjoying the story.
So my journey started really badly. So I was on the train. Darren, fuck off. Honestly, you fucking twat. Oh, right. I'll let you two calm down in a minute.
Right, I'm composed. I'm all right.
My journey didn't start well. So I was stood on the train platform and it went ding dong. The next train at platform 1 is the 11:13 to London Euston. So, okay, get ready. 2 minutes later, in fact, probably half a minute later, ding dong. The train at platform 2 has been cancelled.
Oh.
Literally, it was a minute away. And I was like, and it was really quiet, so you couldn't really hear it. So no one came out, and there was no one from the train station that came out and went, sorry, train's been cancelled. This is what you need to do. So I told people, which I was being, polite, nice person. I was going, right, did you hear that? The train's been cancelled. And it turned out that there was literally a broken down train just outside the station, so we couldn't go. So I had to wait an hour at the train station on my own, just going,
Were you scared?
No, I wasn't scared. I was quite happy.
Did you have a mask on?
No, because it's outdoor. If you've ever been to the train station, it's literally outdoor. There's no covering there. So
right, okay, yeah.
So I got down there. It's really nice. A bit late, an hour late to where I was meant to be. And you forget how busy London can be and how manic it can be. And also, I don't know if you've ever, if either of you have been on the tube, how busy it can be, but how deathly quiet because nobody talks to anybody.
Nobody talks, but also it's almost a bit of a cardinal sin to look at anybody in the eyes. So you almost have to look ahead and pretend that you're happy to look ahead.
You're looking through somebody, not at
You're looking
them.
through someone's soul, and and then if you catch eyes with someone, you automatically have to look away, like they're like laser eyes or something. But no, I like the tube actually. And I got very, very confident. I was more of a kind of a subway when I spent a lot of time in New York, so I got really used to that. Like, I'm going down the subway. I'll just pop on. I'll just pop off. Like, it became really way of life. But it must have been quite a thing for you, because just to explain for the people that are only maybe downloading today, Ian has been working from home for nearly 2 years now, and you haven't been out a lot, have you?
That's probably the furthest I've been away from home in 2 years.
Did you feel apprehensive, a little bit agoraphobic before you went out? Agoraphobic, if for Damian, who probably doesn't know, is being afraid to go outside.
No, actually, I was really looking forward to it, and I had a really good time, and I really enjoyed. I like when I'm sat on a train. I quite like watching people. I'm quite a people watcher, and it's the same on the tube as well. So
dogging?
No, admiring the scenery.
Swinging?
No, not swinging, but admiring the scenery. And then obviously I was down in Dean Street, which is the main street in the gay centre of London.
Their Canal Street for the Northerners.
Yes, their Canal Street. And
some honeys about, was there? Or
yeah, I forgot how much good people watching you can do in London.
Did you get checked out?
No, I'm too old, mate. As I've said before, in gay years I might as well be dead.
So did you listen to like your phone, or did you just listen to the sounds of the world?
So on the way down, I watched some stuff on Netflix that I downloaded. I had it on the iPad, and I was sat there watching the drama, the zombie drama thing that I'm watching at the minute. And then on the way back, I pretty much fell asleep.
If I saw you on a train, I would think you unsociable bastard.
Why?
I don't know about sleeping on a train. I find that I couldn't do that.
I didn't sleep fully, but I was proper, I was resting my eyes, as my mum used to say.
Did you sleep on a person? Did you wake up and have drool on the person?
No, because we were spaced out still. There was still some social distancing on the train.
Did you go first class?
No, I didn't go.
Did you go business class?
No, we went cattle class.
Right, okay.
Normal.
Did you eat on the train?
No.
Did you have a drink?
No.
Did you perform any kind of naughtiness in the toilet?
No, Damien. I didn't join the Vale Track Club. I don't know if that's what it's called.
Okay. Well, do you know what, mate? I'm almost proud of you, because I was worried for a while, because you were getting paler and you were beginning to, look like, what's the thing? Like if you kept like a body like in the sun, and it would like decay, wouldn't it? It would go, it would decay. It would go off. You were looking at, rot. You were looking a bit like you were rotting.
Why?
Well, when you go outside, did you go flaky with your skin and shout, "It burns! It burns! It burns!"
The light!
Because no. Did anything sink in? Did anything ooze away?
Damien, I am not a vampire. I don't burn into flames when I see sunlight.
Were you decomposing?
No, I wasn't decomposing.
Right. Okay.
Did the wind blow and all the dust blow off you?
Yes, Darren, it did.
Did it go poof? No, that wasn't No, that wasn't
Oh
a dig.
yeah,
or
okay.
anything.
So you're going down that route then?
No.
Oh, here we
What about
go.
the wound?
Okay,
The
Here we
wound?
go. Oh,
I
there he
went to the gay
goes.
village in London, and you go, oh, did it go
boo.
puff?
Yeah. Ah.
What, they've been doing this over a year? When I recorded the first jingle, I gave them 3 months. And it's still going, and no one understands how. You're listening to 3 Men and a Microphone.
Some breaking news as we record this podcast. It'll be way out of date by the time you listen to it, but it's breaking news as we are now. It has been announced today that the Met Police Commissioner, Cressida Dick, has left her post. So she has gone. It's got nothing to do with all the stuff that's been happening around the political side of it or anything like that. It's basically her inability to run a decent police service, but she has gone. But it does lead us on to the whole. We've had about 5 weeks now of quite political talk at the start of the podcast. So we've moved it into the podcast so that the first bit's nice and light, so people don't turn off straight away, which ruins the listening figures. So yes, we are still awaiting the result of the investigation on the Partygate stuff. There was a photo that leaked yesterday of Boris Johnson standing behind someone at a Zoom virtual Christmas quiz with a bottle of champagne.
Hold on a minute. Wasn't it Bucks Fizz?
I think it was Prosecco, actually.
It's got an orange type thing. They could argue it's Bucks Fizz.
Yeah, no, it was Prosecco.
And Bozza didn't have a glass, did he?
No, and he wasn't wearing tints around his neck either.
No, he wasn't doing that.
He wasn't involved in the Christmas
loitering
spirit
in the background. So, I mean, look, I'm kind of... I'm a bit over it at the moment, to be honest. I mean, look, I'm mad in the sense that I couldn't spend time properly with my wife because we had our 3rd child and I had to sit in a car and only spend about 40 minutes when my son was born. Myself and Darren attended a funeral that should have been busier, that wasn't. There's a lot of things. And then you've got the announcement now and going off character and being a little bit serious for a moment. I obviously run a company, and with that company, COVID has affected what we've done at times. So we've had 7 staff off this week, which hasn't been great, to be fair. And now kind of Boz has come out and said, well, come April or the end of March, if you test positive, it's all right. It's all right.
Yeah, you don't have to self-isolate anymore.
Get yourself to work. But there's an argument to say at some point we do have to get on with it. Because the thing is, it's one of those, if you've got a cold and you went to work, your fellow man or woman who you sat by might go, whoa, don't come too close to me. But you wouldn't send them home for a cold. If it was a sickness bug, you'd send them home because you don't want that spreading like wildfire. In the flu, you wouldn't go into work because you're poorly. And I think what they're trying to get to is if you have symptoms of COVID and you feel crap, you wouldn't go to work.
Question for you though, as an employer that you are, would you rather somebody that had a cold, like a proper, not like a wake up in the morning with a little sniffle, but I'm talking like a proper full on cold? Would you rather they came in and spread it around the office? Because we all know what it's like. If you work in an office and someone comes in with a cold, you can guarantee it's just this. You're going to jump from person to person. Would you rather they come in and do that, which then potentially could mean you've got more people feeling rubbish, more people going off sick? Or would you rather that they had the ability to either work from home or stay at home and be paid sickness, proper sickness, not the £92 a week or whatever it is, to then stop that spreading around the rest of the office?
Yeah, I think that's an option. I wouldn't rule that out as an option. Could that not well
be an option for people with COVID as well? Do you not think that should be an option? Because it's still a deadly disease.
No, I do think it should be an option. I think you're right there. But I do also think that the 5-day thing, that shouldn't be in law. It should be you're off for as long as you feel poorly. Because at some point this has got to stop, because there's not a ruling on the flu where you've got to stay off now for 2 weeks. We've just got to learn to live alongside it.
So just to round that off then, with this, forget it, I've lost it. Doesn't matter. I've lost the train of thought.
You'd be no good as a news reporter, would you?
I was going to say, for the first time in the history ever of this podcast, we actually had almost like a semi-debate type thing going on. And Darren, you absolutely fuck it up.
Mr. Prime Minister, I would just like to ask you regarding the party.
Oh, that was it, right? Because some of the scientists, and I've heard Boris say it, and a bunch of other people say it, that this will become a common cold, a common flu, a common usual.
I think the wording you're looking for there, Darren, is people are saying that it will become an endemic, not a pandemic.
Yeah, so it'll be endemic. So the common cold is an endemic condition. And it will probably be that the COVID-19 will mutate itself into something that is no more impactful than the common cold.
Because that's what happened eventually with the Spanish flu. It mutated that many times into different versions. In the end, it almost cancelled itself out.
Yeah.
And you know, I don't know. You hope there's now groups and there's people that have learned from this to go, because there will be another one coming down the track at some point. So what have we learned from it? What tasks have we got now? Because you hear a lot of it, we will never have a lockdown again. We will never do this again. And we've got to learn from this, because obviously, touch wood, there's never been a world war. There's never been rationing again.
Ukraine.
I know. But there's never been rationing again, you know, and things like that. So you just hope from every situation that happens as a world, as a nation, we learn from this. And you know, because we weren't prepared, were we? Nobody was. No one expected this.
But then if we had another, so say in 5 years' time, another condition comes out where actually it kills half the people that get it. People are going to say we'll have a lockdown, because it's the best way of controlling infectious disease is to stop people from mixing.
But you've also got to bear in mind there has been other infections that have been like that, and there wasn't lockdowns. So, you know, there was, I can't remember what it was. Was it SARS? But they didn't lock down, did they? Because
it never got to the point, because it was controlled where it was so well, it was pretty much stopped where it started almost.
So you think there'll be a lockdown again?
If there was a new infectious disease that came out that killed 1 in 4 people, yes, they would.
Think that will happen?
It's a high possibility.
Would you have said that before COVID?
Yeah, because a pandemic.
Because you're like Bill Gates.
Yes, I am Bill Gates. I am there to make.
You believe, and bearing in mind.
I believe the science. I don't believe Joe Rogan.
2022, COVID will go, apparently.
It won't.
Lots of people have said it.
Yeah, lots of people. I believe scientists. I don't believe Facebook.
When will this end?
I don't know when it will end. Absolutely no idea, because I'm not an entomologist.
Will the restrictions end in March?
Probably because
February.
In February, probably because it will please Boris Johnson's backbenchers and he's trying to cling on to power. And we have one full circle and we're back at Boris. No, Peston Watch is not coming back.
The 3 Media. 3 men and a microphone podcast.
So as we talk about all the heavy news stories and we have meaningful debates, this one is equally as heavy and as meaningful. And it's come about because I've been binge watching, whilst being on the cross trainer at the gym, a new series that started, I think it started over Christmas, or just after, on BBC One. It was imported from America. Anyway.
If you say Lois and Superman, I'm going to just...
But the question is,
how are you so predictable?
Me and Ian had this conversation earlier before you came on, and it got quite heavy, didn't it? It got quite... Didn't get aggressive, it got quite surprising.
Yeah.
You never told me you two have chats before I come on.
We get on time, mate.
So the question, it's a very simple question, right? And I don't want you to answer it with sentimental views or eyes. I want you to just answer it from your true opinion of who played the best version of Superman. Go, Damian.
Christopher Reeves.
I don't. Is that because that's the only one you know? Or
no, there was Dean Cain, wasn't it? Was it Dean
Cain? Yeah.
There was the guy that
Brendan Roth,
that I would put money on. He was good. There was the guy that I put money on that is going to be the new James Bond as well.
Henry Cavill.
Yeah, Henry Cavill. He's going to be Bond. Definitely.
No, he's not.
100%.
No, I don't think he will
No.
be. But
Yeah, hear it here first.
So my choice was actually Henry Cavill. I think he is better than Christopher Reeves as playing Superman.
Wrong.
No, I think I'm right. But then I also said I like Tom Welling, but that was for other reasons. I fancy Tom Welling.
Yeah, because you fancy Tom Welling.
I did fancy Tom.
The man who spawned his own haircut for a load of people.
Yeah.
Is Tom Welling the guy from Smallville?
Yes.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say Henry Cavill because I think he looks like Superman. He's got the mannerisms of Superman, whereas Christopher Reeves wasn't the comic book Superman for me. The comic book Superman was like a bigger person. He was quite a small person, a weenie person. So
I know he wasn't built like a superhero, was he?
no, he wasn't.
So I
It
get
was
that.
like Roger Moore. I liked his films, but he wasn't Bond. And I didn't
Yeah.
realise that Roger Moore actually started in Bond. He was 45.
So he was an older guy. He was older than
Yeah,
us.
he was, but you wouldn't think it. And his last film, and this is where he said, I think it was A License to Kill or A View to a Kill, and he said his girl interest in it, the one who played his mum, there was something anyway, that the younger person was the same age as, it was just wrong. He was 58 and he was snogging like a 19-year-old. He was living his best life.
See, my opinion on the whole Superman thing is I preferred Christopher Reeve's outfit for Superman because it's brighter and more noticeable. I don't like the new darker colours.
And you used to have a Superman costume when you were younger because you've told us this
You
before.
did. You
Superman
did.
is my go-to superhero and fantasy film, yes. But I do like the new Tyler Hoechlin. What's his name? Tyler Hoechlin?
I don't know his name. I've watched a couple of episodes.
I haven't
of it.
seen it yet. Is it worth watching?
It's very good. It's very
It's like Smallville, but with a slightly higher budget.
I can't
like
see it
the
doing well on
fact-
BBC One. I can't see it doing well.
I like the fact. Well, Dean Cain did really well on BBC One.
Yeah, that was in
It's about
1995.
About 2 or 3 million people a week, I think, watching it on BBC One. Not bad for a Saturday evening.
See, he's a good Superman, but I like the story that he's a family man. I like that. That's a good twist.
Because we are talking telly at the moment, and I know we like to throw these out there. Now, most of us, when we say something, we tend to watch it and all go, oh, yeah, I like that. Now, we just fell across this, and it was kind of just by accident, because we were watching something on BBC One, and then this just appeared, and like we watched it, and it was like over, and we were like, what was that? That was so good, but it was on for 10 minutes. What is this? Anyway, it's on BBC One. There's 18 parts of it, so you can watch it nightly on BBC One, which I think it's probably like halfway through now. But you can download them all on BBC iPlayer, and it's called Cheaters. And it's all about a man and a woman. The man, I'm going to give you the synopsis because I'm not going to ruin anything too much, but I want you to get the hook. So a guy goes abroad to Finland, a woman goes abroad to Finland, they meet in a bar, they get talking, and he goes, oh, I've had a split up from my relationship. She cheated on me with another woman. We're all kind of on a break. Anyway, then they just look at each other, passionate, they're upstairs, they're having a bit of sex. She then wakes up in the morning and says, by the way, did I tell you I was married? And he was like, no, my goodness, you're married. So they have a bit of a debate. Anyway, they say, listen, all right, take care. Do we hug? Do we say bye? Should we just go? Do you want my number? Nah. So it's just a one night thing? Yeah. So then you see him going on a bus and he's going home. He's sitting on the bus. She's going home. I think it's in a car or a train, something like that. And then the bus pulls up. He gets off the bus. You see a taxi pull up and she gets out the taxi. And then you see them, one go off onto the right side of the street and the other go to the left side of the street. They're bloody neighbours across the road. And it kind of transpires over the 18 episodes of how they kind of, are hiding this thing. And it's really good. It's a sitcom drama, all British, all very quirky, very rude. It's a mixture of Friends, This Life. It's just bloody good. So it's on BBC One. It's called Cheaters. And it is, Ian, I know for a fact you will like that.
If you're of an insecure disposition, then please don't watch it because it will just send you look at everything that your other half does and goes, What are you up to?
Oh, believe me, there are points in that show where you just go, what? And, you know, there's cameras recording conversations on a shelf, and you're like, is that a thing? God, jeez.
You make it that blatant obvious. You buy the little spy cams.
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
So BBC One, Cheaters. Ian, I know you'll watch that. Darren,
Yeah, I'll watch that. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff on telly at the moment lately.
You'll
anyway.
be watching the A-Team.
Do you both like zombies stuff, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
I like
yeah.
zombie stuff, but I like the origins of zombie stuff. I want to know how it all started, but nobody's ever done that yet.
So All of Us Are Dead on Netflix. It's a new South Korean one. You can watch it subtitled or dubbed. I'm not if
It's
you
in
want
school,
to.
isn't it?
Yeah, based in a school, and it does include the origins of the disease of the zombie plague.
But it's a foreign one. I can't be doing with it because I want it. It does
Watch
me
it
head in.
dubbed then.
Yeah, but they look like him from Police Academy.
Anyway, Darren, Damien, you've got a bit of class about you. It's very good. It's by the same person that it's by the same team that did Train to Busan, which if you still haven't watched, you've got to watch because it is the best zombie movie ever made, without doubt. And don't even say Shaun of the Dead to me because I will punch you. That's not a good zombie movie. But yeah, All of Us on Netflix. It's really good. I'm really, really enjoying it. It's very gruesome. The other one we need to talk about is the fact that next week, or as you're listening to this week, the new series of Bel-Air, which is the not sequel but remake and retelling of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, starts on if you've got Sky, it's on a streaming channel called Peacock. But it's by Will Smith. Will Smith has done the writing for it. And it is a serious take on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air story. So it is not a comedy.
They're not linked at all.
Drama. It's the same characters. It's got Viv, it's got Carlton, it's got Jeffrey, it's got Mr. Banks. It's all the same characters, but it's a serious drama telling of the story rather than a comedy.
He's not in it, is he?
No, I don't believe he is.
This is uncomfortable with me, to both of you, because Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is a funny program, funny story. Why redo it and turn it serious? I don't get why you'd want to do that. You'll be waiting for a one-liner or something funny to happen or make you giggle, because that is the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. That's his
What you
character.
have to remember, though, Darren, is there is loads and thousands and millions of people that have never watched an episode of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
In that case, go watch the originals first.
But then why can't they retell the story? It's done all the time. Films are all retellings of stories.
I know they have, but I don't get why they want to make it serious. It's a comedy program, and I love the original. The original was superb.
It's very clever how they're doing it. I think it's a different take on it. But just to change gear slightly, and there's a point to this. Has anyone seen the original It with Tim Curry?
Yes.
Brilliant film,
Loads
scary as hell.
The best It there ever was.
You get to the end and you think, what is that? He's a bloody spider. Oh, what? I've been scared, and he's like a little spider.
With
Terrible.
Mm.
So I'm going to tell you about, now I love this woman as an actress, and I just think she's a wonderful person as well. Sheridan Smith. So she's on everything at the minute. Now, The Teacher is on Channel 5. We sat down. It's, a great story. I'm never going to get 4 nights of my life back. The ending was possibly the worst load of pap I have ever seen in my life.
I'm not going to watch it. So if Darren's happy, I'll let you spoil the ending for us.
It's just a rubbish ending. It just doesn't make sense.
Is it anything like the BBC one, the American one called A Teacher, which was a bit raunchy and a bit.
I know. I thought that was a bit raunchy.
Remember that one?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Is it anything like that?
No, because the subject matter is a little bit more serious. I mean, I think he was like 18. This is a bit dodgy. But it's just a rubbish ending. Rubbish. One more thing just to end on. So my wife was talking about telly, and she came back. She's been to one of her friends, and she went, "Gotta watch it, babe. Tell you, it sounds so good. I've heard so much about it." And I was like, "Okay, go on." And she was like, "Ted Lasso," and I was like, "Just get out."
Have you not watched it?
And she was like, "Damien, seriously, it's so good." And I was like, "You haven't even watched it." "No, I know, but it's meant to be so good. It's about American football." I was like,
"No, have you watched it?"
No.
Honestly, it's not about American football. It's about an American coach who comes over to a Premier League football club, I was of the same. It is absolutely fantastic. It is honestly, it is one of the funniest programs I have watched in years. It is superb.
I will give it a go. Because we're on, I'm going to ignore that. Because we're on TV, I just want to throw it out there. Now, I didn't believe this for a second. I thought it was just rumor and innuendo. But after 30-something years, 38 years, I think it is, they've gone and pulled the plug on bloody Neighbours. Now, I couldn't quite get my head around this because I was like, well, surely it's made in Australia. But it's because Fremantle get a shed load of money from Channel 5. And we were at a point where Neighbours was actually ahead in the UK than it was in Australia. I remember used to watching. It was like, oh my God, this is such a gripping story. You got someone from Australia go, oh my God, I saw their bag and do them. I was like, where are you from?
Apparently it's £300 million over the 10-year contract. That's how much money Channel 5 gave to Fremantle to help make Neighbours.
Now, the thing is with this is one of those things where, now, personally, I used to watch Neighbours. So it's made stars of Kylie and Jason, Natalie and Brulia. You had Marco Robbie in it. You had Craig McLachlan. You had loads of people that was in Neighbours. But it's kind of, I don't even know what's going on in it. But apparently it still gets between 1.2 and 1.3 million viewers every day. Now, I think this could be an Eldorado thing, because back in the day, Eldorado was getting 12, 13 million viewers. Can you even imagine that now? And
no show gets that anymore.
I know. So there's been a lot of talk about will it get picked up, and they had the meeting with the cast recently, and they were all in tears and stuff like that. But what I don't get is why is Home and Away not going then? Did Channel 5 not pay for that as well?
Is Home and Away still on?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, it's still on, yeah.
Still going.
Same TV team still.
I don't know, but I haven't watched Neighbours probably since it left BBC One.
It's sad though, isn't it? It is sad. You think about all the crew. Surely, if you're a program that's getting 1.2 million viewers, could it be picked up by anyone?
Yeah, but Netflix will probably take it on, wouldn't they, or somebody? Or
yeah, but you say that's not really their thing, is it? If you think Netflix
isn't
something
they do.
I think if it goes anywhere, you're looking at like an ITV2 or something like that. Or
see, I don't think ITV would pay for it. If I'm honest, I think they've gone past that. The BBC definitely won't because they can't afford.
The BBC won't pick it up. No.
I don't think Channel 4 will because it won't really fit in with their sort of genre of stuff. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it ends. And to be fair, it's one of those things. I say I haven't watched it for such a long time.
But I remember the last storyline that I watched, Neighbours. Now, I take it you're a big fan of Neighbours, Damian. You like it?
Yeah, back in the day I was. Yeah.
The last storyline I remember was Harold coming back after losing his memory.
Yeah, he went missing and then came back.
Yeah,
he got swept off the rocks, and then 6 years later he returned to Ramsey Street with amnesia.
Yes, that's the last thing I remember.
Yes, I remember that as well.
Wow. They are, because BBC 3's back, and I didn't even know that was a thing. That's back,
yes,
isn't
it's back. It is back, and RuPaul's Drag Race versus the World is on. If you haven't watched it,
and some of the youngest continuity announcers, they're like 19 to 22, I think.
Can I just say, can we have the time when continuity announcers? This is BBC One. Well, as now it's like, all right, baby, you're watching BBC One. Coming up next, we're going to have a bit of EastEnders.
Oh, I know. I just want him to say, like I said the other week, so from the team, Barry and Denise on mix. Listen, have a great night. Look after yourself. Stay warm. And from all of our team here on BBC One across London. Good night.
God bless.
You like that, didn't you?
Yeah.
And then you used to have the and it used to have the national anthem, and then you go to bed.
Oh, if you want the national anthem every day, just watch DB News. But let's not get involved in that conversation.
Is that what they do?
Yes, 6 o'clock, 5:58 every morning. They play the national anthem, and I'm sure they all stand there in the back going, "Oh, okay, salute! It's the national anthem. We are that channel."
Clean edit. I'm even doing the captain's job for him now. From these three media, this is the 3 Men and a Microphone podcast.
So if you're listening back to previous, a couple of weeks ago, I mentioned I was starting a photography course. I have done 2 weeks worth of lectures and practice, and I was photographing basketball players at the weekend. which was interesting and difficult at the same time. But you commented on my photos, didn't you, Damien?
I did. I've got to say, I was genuinely really, really impressed. Now, for someone, I was taken back by them because Ian's very good at getting the in the moment shots, and there's some real kind of action shots, and then there's almost like a cool one where he's just walking back after like shooting a hoop. And I was really impressed. So I think genuinely you've got a talent there. But what's it like going back to a lecture? Is it weird?
It's weird going back into a college, yes. But
you don't like them on the course, do you?
No, I do. I do. I like the people.
No, I can tell because last week, no, let's be honest. Like last week, I was kind of like, "Oh, what are they like?" And you were like, "Meh."
They're very nice people.
No, but you met, so it wasn't like, "Oh yeah, Dave's brilliant." It was like, "What are the people like?" All right, they're all right.
I got visions of you going there with a big brown raincoat with your name written in the collar, like when Rodney went back to his computer course.
Oh, bless him.
Yeah.
Oh, do you think like they have like a little cup of tea in those like little plastic
I think
things?
he takes a little plastic box with some sandwiches in at break time.
That Colin
I'm
makes
there for
him.
2 hours. I take a mug because you can't use their mugs because of COVID. But I take a mug and we have a cup of coffee and we do the course. Last night we were photographing some netball. And then in a couple of weeks' time we're doing football. A semi-professional football match.
Have you made a friend?
Have
you made a photography friend?
No, I've made acquaintances. There's a difference. I've got
Apparently
levels.
you don't like him,
I
does
think
he?
you should do a photography special on your own with your newfound friends.
I do. I think you should maybe like have a little niche podcast.
Maybe a production company could take it on, like these three media.
Indeed, yeah. Hello and welcome to Flashing with Ian.
Oh, that's not a bad name for a photography podcast, though, is it? Flashing.
Depending on what you're photographing.
I bet
you'd pick up the people that thought it was, flashing.
Yeah.
And then you'd also get the photographers as well.
Should have come to my swinging party last week.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how boring it would be, though? Welcome back to the podcast. Today we're going to do things from an angle of why, and as I normally like to zoom in, and
Are you saying it's boring because you don't understand photography, Damien?
No, I just think that you hate your class.
I don't hate the class. I like the class. The class is very nice.
Darren, he doesn't like him, does he?
I still think you can do everything what you do with your big throbbing camera on an iPhone.
Do you really?
Yeah, I can make those photographs I do with a vintage tilt, black or white.
Do you want me to challenge you to a little test, Darren, to see if you can actually
Give me a challenge.
Could you do a basketball photography shoot with your iPhone and get the same?
Yeah, because if you hold the button down, it does remotion, and then it takes like about 10, 15 photos at the same time.
I've got to be honest, I've seen some of Darren's work. It's bloody excellent.
It's not, it's shit. And that is it for this week's episode of Three Men and a Microphone from These Three Media. That was a very unpredictable conversation of an episode, I have to be honest. We went in very many different places.
Oh no, that was like a proper, like we went down every different road going. There was political, there was satire, there was, wow, I feel like we've had a proper, like, wow, what an episode.
I agree. Thank you very much. Darren, thank you before you corpse again for the second time.
Thank you. Good to be back.
Weird. Right, we'll be back again next week with more of the same. Don't forget, coming up in a couple of weeks' time, we will have someone from Peaky Blinders. We've also got some more special guests lined up over the next couple of weeks here on Three Men and a Microphone. Until next week, look after yourselves. Three Men and a Microphone has been a These Three Media production. Download the Unpredictable Conversation every Monday on your podcast feed. Share and pass it on to all of your friends as well. Get them listening. Let's build the podcast bigger than better than ever before. Goodbye. Say goodbye, you two.
See you next week, guys. Have fun. Stay safe. Keep listening. Tell a friend about it. Unpredictable Conversation every Monday.
Bye.
Darren, anything?
Bye.
Don't know why we get you back.
Hello, this is a message for Ian. This is Brian from your photography club. I've just heard your show, and apparently we're met. Well, you can met off. All right, Sandra. You got another flash. Oh!
What was that?
Honestly, it's just whatever.
Like a moomin.
Oh, God almighty.
Choking on me and phlegm.